This is the blog, or the blog that starts all the blogs. Um, my name is Katie Vermazzani, and I'm on a mission. I'm going to start with my story and why I'm doing this whole thing, I guess. So, my story is that about a year and a half ago, I finally got health insurance after about 4 or 5 years of having problems. My problem was that I had recurring, or actually not recurring, I had a constant yeast infection. So I went to my gynecologist and she diagnosed me with a yeast infection and she gave me fluconazole, and I went home and used the fluconazole, and within 2 or 3 days I had a yeast infection again. So I went back and I told her that I had a yeast infection again, and she prescribed me fluconazole, and I went home and used the fluconazole, and within 2 or 3 days the yeast infection was back. After several times of doing this, I decided to do my own research because my doctor was not cooperative in considering other options. Through my research, I found out that I might have candidiasis. I have not been diagnosed, but judging by the symptoms and all the things that I see, and I won't get too much into detail about that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I have. And what that is basically yeast is growing all through my intestines, and not just a normal amount of yeast, because yeast is absolutely normal to have in your digestive system, but I have an overgrowth, and there's a couple of things I've tried to do to get rid of it, one of which is the Candida diet, and this is basically cutting out all the carbs and all of the sugar in my entire diet, which means no breath mints, no salad dressing, no potatoes, yams, bananas, apples, all fruit. I can basically only eat organic meat and some veggies. I cannot go out to eat at restaurants, nor can I drink. I can't do a lot of normal stuff. That was a part of my life. I can't eat popcorn at movies. And this is an emotional diet, I'd like to call it, because you become deprived of all of the things that you thought were normal, and I didn't realize how emotional it is until I did the diet and failed, and did the diet again and failed again, because I see my friends eating, and then I want to eat something, and then I just want to taste it, and then I taste it, and then I end up eating more, and so that's my problem. Basically, I found out that I'm not the only one. Although candidiasis is not particularly common, chronic digestive issues are particularly common. Constipation is something that almost everyone has, or diarrhea, or acid reflux. And sometimes it's not even acid reflux. Sometimes it's misdiagnosed because the symptoms for not enough acid is the same as too much acid. And so people just go on with these digestive issues thinking that they're completely normal, everybody has them, and both of those are true, and I don't think they should be true, because we are one of the wealthiest nations in the entire world, and we can afford to not be sick all the time, to not have these chronic digestive issues and fatigue and rashes and things that come from eating bad stuff. Um, all of this is caused because it's not that we have a lack of good food. The problem is that we have an overabundance of bad, overly processed food with lots of chemicals that are causing us to get sick. And I want to help in some way, because my illness has caused this to become part of my everyday life. I read about it every day, and I've learned a lot, and I want to fix it. And I've learned that I have an opportunity coming up soon to do something about it. My best friend and I are going to go on a bike tour, and I thought that would be a good opportunity to raise funds to start something. My idea right now is to start an organization, and I have a name for it. I came up with that yesterday, the day before, and I want to call it the Follow Your Gut Foundation. And basically, and I don't have a very specific idea of exactly what it is yet, but I have a general idea. And I want to start providing education and information to students in particular, because I'm a student and I know how hard it is to deal with being sick when trying to go to school, and being poor because I can't afford healthcare. I also want to maybe provide supplements such as probiotics and digestive enzymes to people that can't afford them. And I want to start a non-profit organization in order to do so. So if you have any suggestions or any connections, or could help in any way, or just want to make a comment, please do so. It would be much appreciated. And that's all I have for today. I will be posting as often as possible.